We're going to show you some effective practice drills that's going to help with your consistency with pitching, both with ball flight control and your striking. The first one that I'd like to show you would be to improve your rotation and connection, which we discussed earlier on, and we showed you by using a football between your forearms how you can get the club working backwards and forwards a lot more effectively. Got a couple of other little things that can help you by doing that. The first one is one arm swinging. Seen this a lot done in the past, and people make swings with just one arm, but that really isn't good enough for me. So what I like you to do is, if you can take your opposite arm and put it underneath your armpit, and then you make practice swings like that, and what then happens is you start to use your arms and your body together. So I'll show you one just with my left hand first. So we set up, put the right hand underneath my armpit, and all we're going to do is going to turn back, turn through to a nice finish. And again, you can see I took a little divot and it's gone forwards. The same as when we use our right arm. So put the left arm underneath the right armpit, turn back, turn through, use the bigger muscles. This was really important that you understand this, that you try and use the bigger muscles when pitching. So you turn back and then turn through. And again, you can see that I'm always going to collect the golf ball underneath, and I'm always going to turn through towards a nice target. Another way is you take a towel and you put it underneath your arms. So you get this towel set up to the golf ball again, and we turn back and we turn through. So it takes away the smaller muscles of your arms and your hands, and what I'd like to see you then do is set up to the golf ball, and then you just turn backwards and then turn forwards. And you get a nice strike and a very consistent ball flight. So if you can try and get more connected, rotation around the golf ball, it's really going to help you with your pitching. Got quite an interesting practice drill for you here. I've set out an umbrella, a basket, a golf ball box, and then a golf ball on a tee. And what we're going to do, we're going to work on both your focus, your concentration, your routine, and also your distance control. Now we're going to start off with the big target, so we're going to hit it to the umbrella, and as we go down the scale, the target's going to get that little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to make a practice swing, hit the ground, hold my finish, get a good feel for the shot I'm going to try and make, and I'm going to put exactly the same swing on the ball. Close. Then we move down to the basket. Again, you're only taking one ball at a time. I'd prefer that the balls were moved away and then you have to walk to the ball so you can compose your thoughts, try and get a good feeling of what you're trying to do. So I'm going to start behind the ball. I'm going to again get a feel for the target, so you can see my routine is very repetitive. It's going to get me in exactly the same mind state for every shot. Get a feel for how big a swing I want to make, and then we're on the ball. That's close. Then we go to the golf ball box. Again, I'm sticking to my routine. I'm taking one ball at a time and I'm staying with my routine. I'm going to come back, visualize the shot I want to hit, practice swing. It's the same every single time, and then on the ball. And now we come down to the difficult one, at the golf ball. Now to try and hit this golf ball, it's a very hard target. I like your practice to be as difficult as it can be, because when you've got the real thing on the golf course, it's going to feel that little bit harder. So if you can tax yourself during your practice, it will really help your performance on the golf course. So again, I'm going to stand behind, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to have a practice swing, and then I'm going to put it on the ball. You can move the targets further away, you can bring them closer, you can move further away or closer. You can also change clubs, vary the target you hit to, vary the club that you use. Again, we're going to add some variety and some imagination to your practice, and then once you've practiced it, that imagination and that variety can be taken onto the golf course. Here's a practice drill you can do anywhere, in the park, at the beach, maybe in your back garden, or on the practice ground at the golf club. You're going to need a friend. I bought Mark here, and you're going to need one of these. What we're going to do is we're going to give Mark the glove, and we're going to send him out 50 yards. We want him to put the glove on, stand out there 50 yards away. This is the ultimate practice drill for feedback. Very seldom do we get any feedback from our practice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit a few shots to Mark, and he's going to tell me whether they're short, long, and how far short and long they are. And hopefully after a number of swings, I'm going to get a feel for how big a swing I've made relative to how far the ball's going. You can do it with any club. I've chosen a lob wedge, and that's what we're going to do now. Again, stick to your routine. We're going to start behind the ball. I've picked one ball out again. I'm then going to have a practice swing. So I need to have a practice swing that's going to get me a feel for 50 yards. And then once we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and hit it.
5 yards short.
So, Mark says it was 5 yards short. So what I need to do now is I need to try and make some adjustments. So again, I'm going to pick another ball out. I was happy with the strike. The quality of the strike was good, but I just need to now make the golf swing a little bit longer. So when I make a practice swing now, I'm going to take the club back a little bit longer, but I'm going to do nothing different. Going to hit the ball. Let's hopefully we can get it close now.
Yards over.
So 10 yards over. So I'm out by 15 yards. So you can see that if you were practicing on your own, you'd get no feedback. This is why you need this, and so hopefully after a couple of golf swings, you're going to now start to get a feel for how big a swing you make. When you get to the golf course and you see something that's 50 yards away, you'll then know exactly how big a swing to make relative to your target. If you keep doing this drill with a little bit of feedback, it's going to really help you pitching out on the golf course.